best of 1, as this is the round of 64. Not a whole lot of people signed up today, but some very good players in the brackets, which we will get to after this game. For the time being, let us introduce them players, and spawning in the bottom right location, it is going to be from Team Vega Squadron from Russia. It is Creed, and his opponent Daman from Skillforge, Team A. That's a Polish-based team as far as I know. Let's take a look at how things shape up. I have to say that given the prevalence of Protoss and Zerg players on the ladder, this might be one of the most, well, not most, but one of the more interesting matchups to watch. Why? Well, simply because it's a PvT and not a PvP. I mean, any matchup where you have a Terran player nowadays, I myself consider to be quite nice. So, 13 gate coming out of Daman here. He is a diamond level player. I was not as quick to check the ranking of this guy, the red Terran. So he may be higher in the ladder. He may be lower in the ladder than his opponent. We'll have to see. Goes for a scout and continues to build a barracks. Takes a rather quick gas, probably going to be a Reaper opening, and that can transition into a variety of things. Not the very least of them is the Widow Mine Expand or Widow Mine Marine Medevac combined attack, or just, you know, skipping the starport and going for a Widow Mine with Marines. Some people may try to go for something like a Hellbat opening, which is more prevalent in TVZ nowadays, but I have seen some people try it in their TVPs as well. So good scout out of Creed. Takes note of the lack of the second gas, so probably no quick tech will be incoming from Daman as he's trying to go for a quick expansion. I'm a little bit surprised that Creed did not stick around and try to put down a supply depot or an engineering bay to block the expansion, given the fact that he did see that there was no Zealot in production in the gateway, as the gateway was not working. And the Reaper leaves the Terran base. A reactor gets added on. No second gas so far for the Terran player. Oh, nice pickup here. A little bit sloppy by Daman, sending the probe across the most obvious way to scout. So the Reaper had no problems picking that one off, denying scouting for the Protoss player. Takes note of the expansion, of course. And going to scout the second gas, which he does. So everything looking normal in the land of Protoss. Will he get this probe at least? Oh, the Mothership Core juked for a while, and the Reaper may yet get away. Second kill. 3 kills total. That's quite a huge hit, considering it's the opening 5 minutes of the game. Meanwhile, an expansion has been laid down, or at least the foundation of it. Marine production and factory finishing up for the Terran player. Still no second gas. Now, what will come out of the factory? That is the question. Looks like a switcheroo will happen here. And a starport gets put down immediately, so we might be expecting medevacs. And Hellions in production. So now, pretty much we have to... I would love to see Hellbats, to be quite honest, just because it's cool. But as I said, not really that common. However, we are going to keep an eye out for the potential armory coming down. We'll have to see. And of course, the usage of these add-ons will be very telling as well. No tech lab yet on the barracks, which kind of tells me that maybe we're going to see... No, can't be Cloaked Banshees. With the lack of the second gas, there's no way. So, robotic facility going down for Daman. 2 gateways, a very, very safe play by the Protoss player. Usually you see the Protosses go with only 1 gate and then quickly tech up. But I think Daman is playing ultra safe here and really does not want to take any unnecessary risk or damage. Of course, he doesn't know what is happening now, so he has to prepare for a variety of things. He hasn't been dropped yet. So it's not a 1-1-1 opening, otherwise the Widow Mines would be burrowing themselves in his mineral line were it the case. But there is a medevac, and this probe, I think, did not see those Hellions skirting past, so... But here's an interesting thing. A War Prism, and these two Zealots probably will be loaded up into that War Prism later on, if they survive. As the Marines do get unloaded. Now Zealots with their +1 armor do survive a little bit longer, but the Hellions do make it inside the base. Probes will have to be split. Oh, nice work so far. Not enough energy for a full-time overcharge, however, and the Mothership core goes down. Terrible damage is being wrought here by the Terran player. So far, 17 probes have been killed. Army supply and the units to defend available for the Protoss player are not as many. 4 Stalkers, 24 probes to 37 SCVs. A highly successful attack by Vega Squadron's Creed, as he does take a huge lead in the game. Still, the Hellions are alive, continuing to take pot shots at the probes as this War Prism flies around the map. The medevac did miss the War Prism, and now Daman has to make something happen, but I think with well, there is a siege tank and quite a lot of Marines to deflect any potential drop here. Still, a couple of SCVs could go down. We could very well see that. And you know, Daman, he just continues his play as if nothing happened, goes into what looks to be Colossus production, and he does get the range, but his economy is battered, very much so. 30 probes to 49 SCVs. That is... I would label this as an unrecoverable situation. And here come the 4 Zealots. Let's see. How many SCVs can they get? Not very many. 27 probe kills to 5. That is just staggering. Well, Daman will have his work cut out for him if he ever wants to get back into this game. And, you know, Twilight Council going down kind of makes me go and think, yeah, well... Oh, nice Bulldog maneuver over here, but he will not get those tanks that easily. You know, the Twilight Council makes me want to think that having suffered such a huge economic damage, Daman might be going for a 2-base Blinkstalker Colossus all in. I mean, there's not very much that he can do at this point. He continues the harassment, but if he's not careful, that War Prism will go down to the Viking. Where are you? Oh, there we go. And the War Prism does go down. And there's the Blink. All the Chrono Boost from now on needs to be devoted to the Blink. A couple more gateways need to be added on. Optimally up to 7, but oh, what is this? He's building a forge? Is he really going to try and secure a 3rd base? This is almost suicidal, I'd say, for the Protoss player right now. 3rd base is up and running for the Terran player in the meantime, and here comes the huge Marine siege tank push. Stimpack, combat shields, +1. Well, it's still quite a few seconds away. I don't like the situation for the Protoss player, to be quite honest. If we take a look at the army supply, 30 to 65, and given the fact that you can easily siege the tanks down here, the medevacs will give you high ground vision. You can pretty much shut down all the mining in this portion of the base. Terran player checking for the 3rd base, sees nothing, scans the army, goes in, he sees the Colossi are unprotected, doesn't even bother to siege the tanks, gets 1 Colossus, gets the 2nd one very likely. Quite enough of Marauders here to do just that. Hallucination not gonna help too much over here. And he does even drop the tanks on top of the Colossus. Beautiful maneuver here from the Terran player. More probes will be going down. Nexus in danger of being damaged as well. And there's just not enough units here for the Protoss player to defend. Nice micro there by Creed. Oh my god, he is really enjoying himself with this game. The Nexus will be going down for sure. That is certain. Probes are trying to get a piece of the action as well. Not even taking out the tank as it does get lifted up. And Creed, he does retreat for the time being. His macro fell apart a little bit during that micro-intensive battle, but he knows how far ahead he is, so he's just going to drop down 2 additional command centers and continue his gameplay. +2 attacks going up, +1 armor, +1 vehicle upgrades. Protoss player tries to go into Storm, but frankly, with only 2 gases worth of mining, natural, non-existent, and no third base, that's a very, very tall order to fill. I think this next attack might be what kills our valiant green Protoss. He does see the army incoming. Mothership Core freshly produced. No energy on that one. Colossus will be going down. 2 Vikings will ensure that that happens. And with the last Stalker falling, it's going to be a GG. Well played.